Hey, what's going on? This is Sarah Lee Day, and you're watching Dubsado Tidbits, the things you need to know about Dubsado delivered in bite-sized pieces. Last time we covered the basic settings of your scheduler, but today we're going to move into the advanced settings. So in the advanced tab, you're going to have some additional settings for setting up your calendar and some other fun options that you can add. So at the top here, you have some advanced appointment settings like prevention. Setting this will prevent booking less than a specific number of hours in advance. So for example, you don't want someone to come look at your scheduler, see an open time slot for 5 minutes from now and be able to book that time slot, right? Because that doesn't give you any amount of time to prepare for the call, look at the information, and make sure that you're going to be available. So what you can do is you can set a time here. Maybe it's 1 hour in advance. Maybe it's okay that they're going to see your calendar and be ready to book within the next hour, and you still have a little bit of time to prepare for that and make sure that you're available and ready for that call. A common quantity that people do is 24 hours. So that gives you at least a day before you have that call, before you have that appointment, that you can actually spend preparing and getting ready for it and making sure that you're going to be in the right place for that meeting. Next, we have buffer time. So you can create a specific minute window before and after an appointment. And that just gives you a little bit of time to make sure that your appointments are not going to be immediately back to back to back to back to back. So if you set, let's just say, a 15-minute window beforehand, and I like to do a 30-minute window afterhand. 15 minutes beforehand, that's going to make sure that all previous appointments based on their duration have ended at least 15 minutes before your next meeting. That way you've got plenty of time to transition, to get ready for the next meeting, and you're not scrambling to try and get from meeting to meeting. Then 30 minutes after, I like to do a little bit longer buffer after the meeting, just in case the meeting goes over by a few minutes. Then I'm not scrambling again between meetings, even though there may be a buffer at the beginning of the next meeting. I just always want to make sure that I have plenty of time between meetings to shift gears, shift my brain, prepare for the next meeting, and make sure that I'm 100% present for that next meeting. Next, we have increments. Display available time slots in increments of, and this is how many minutes. So a popular increment is 30 minutes. So that just means that your calendar is going to show you available at 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, and so on. You can change this to 15 minutes if you want it to be 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10 o'clock, 10:15, and so on. You can also do this at 60 minutes if you only want to meet on the hour. Maybe it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or it could even be 9:15, 10:15, 11:15. The start times is all going to be dependent on what we set up over here in the basic scheduler, but the increments are going to be set here of what times do you want those to show as. Next, we have appointment details. Allow a maximum number of appointments per day. So let's just say that you have availability 9 to 5 and your appointment durations are only 30 minutes long. Well, there's a lot of people you can see in 9 to 5 and 30-minute increments. But if you don't want to be super crazy back-to-back scheduled all day long like that, then you might consider setting a maximum number of appointments per day. Maybe it's 5 appointments. Maybe you only will take 5 people. Now, depending on your settings, they could be 5 people all in a row. Even though you're open 9 to 5, they may all come 9 to 12. You may get 5 people in there 9 to 12 if they're all 30 minutes long, but you at least know that your entire day is not going to be taken up by appointments because you've set that max number at 5 per day. Now you can also set how many times this scheduler can be used. This is a little bit different. So this is going to be beneficial if you have a special going on for this particular appointment type. Maybe it's the first 5 people who sign up for this appointment type are going to be the ones that you take. Or maybe this is something that when you use this template with a client, they've purchased a certain number of sessions. I had an organizing client one time that we used this feature to set up her cleaning and organizing sessions. People could buy sessions in 3, 6, or 9 quantities, and we set this up in the scheduler to be, maybe it was a 3-session package. Then this scheduler could only be used 3 times, meaning when this was applied to the project and sent to the client, they were able to come into that scheduler and come into that calendar 3 times and book 3 different appointments. But after they booked that 3rd appointment, they were no longer allowed to book any additional appointments because they had reached the max number of times that the scheduler could be used. All right, that's it for today's tidbit. For more information about receiving updates, requesting future episodes, or getting help with your own Dubsado account, check out the links in the description below this video or visit sarahleeday.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.